Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we are going to use our new bargain bead box to make a pair of simple earrings. So let's turn down and we'll get started on those. From our Midnight Skies bargain bead box, we got these two phases of the moon pendant pieces, a couple of the little stars, and the crescent moon connector. Now how I'm going to do this is I'm going to put these like this with the little star in between. Goes this way. And then I'm going to use the jump rings to hook onto our ear wire. I've got two because if I were to only put in one, the hole would be going the wrong direction and your earrings would go to the side as opposed to right ahead. And then I have some 20 gauge wire, two 3.5-inch pieces, which I will string between here with the star in between. So let's get started on these. The first thing I'm going to want to do is make this bend, and then I'm going to use the next to the smallest rather than the smallest because I'm not sure about how big we need to be to go over that, to go through the loop. So let's put this on here then. Now this is a little thicker than I thought it was, so we're going to have to open our loop up a little bit, just like we would a jump ring, so that this can slide on here. There we go. Now we'll want to push this back together. And you'll notice I bent my wire up, but that's all right because we're going to wrap it anyway. So let's just wrap a couple of wraps around here. Now we'll trim off this excess little bit. That down in, and now we'll get our star and put it on there. Well, I see I have this a little crooked, so we're going to straighten it some. There we go. Put our star down on here. Now we're going to put on this piece. So we'll do that exactly the same way as we did below. This piece I think can go with the smaller one maybe. Again, we are going to want to open that some so that this can slide in more easily. There we go. We take our pliers, hold it where they come together, and wrap it. Now this side's probably going to get 3 wraps rather than the 2 that are down below, but that's all right. Okay. Cut off the excess. And trim, tuck that in. we'll see if we need to straighten anything out here. Come here, baby, fall down. That looks like this is a little crooked, so we'll want to straighten it. Okay. Now we'll take our jump rings, go through our hole here. Now we need the second jump ring to make sure our ear wire goes in the right direction. But I'm going to try using an even smaller yet jump ring to see if I can get that to have a smaller signature. So we'll open this little guy up, go over the through our ear wire, close this baby up, and there's our first earring done. The second one we'll do exactly the same. We'll use this little guy because that worked really good, and put the other two away. So let's get working on the second one. Now you could put anything here or nothing at all. Just hook these together with a jump ring if you wanted to. Not have to go with all this excess stuff to do here. But remember, this one we're going with the bigger one because it's down a little further. And I'm going to just leave this open right now instead of having to open it later. That on, get hold of this baby and wrap. Okay, I think we only have two here, so we will cut this right here. Tuck this in. Now we'll see if we need to straighten it any. It actually is looking pretty good. So we're just going to put our star on. And then we'll make our second loop for our crescent moon, going with the smaller, up and over, drop it and around. Now we want to open it a little bit so that our little moon can go onto here. Now grab with your pliers and wrap. Now this one, you can do this with your fingers or with the pliers. Sometimes it depends on how much wire I have, which way I go. Just bent that out of whack a little bit, but we'll have to straighten that up if I did. So let's cut the extra off. Tuck it in. yeah, you can see I bent it quite a bit actually. So we'll need to straighten that. And I tightened that too tight and broke my crystal, or my star. So I'm going to have to cut this loose and start this one over again. So just, since the crystal is already damaged, we don't have to worry about it. So we'll just cut off the wire on either side, and we'll throw this one away. It's unfortunate that I broke that because these are crystals, and there is a limited amount of them in our set. But I did break that, and if I were to sell those, I wouldn't want to sell them with a broken bead. So we'll get a new bead out and a new piece of wire, and we will start this over again. I got a new star and another piece of wire, so we're just gonna get working on this again. Remember, we wanted the bigger of the two sides. Bring her around and make sure you leave a gap so your piece will go in. Okay, now grab hold where the wires come together. To see if you're straight. We're a little bit crooked, so we'll straighten it just a touch. There we go. Star on. Smaller this time. Over and about. Drop her down, leaving space here for our piece to slide on, which I don't think I left very much. So let's open it up some, just by taking it and giving it a slight twisting motion. Feed our moon on. Hold our wires together. And then wrap. But be careful that when you wrap, you don't do what I just did a minute ago and break the crystal. Well, actually, I think I broke it when I was tucking the bead in. But bring her around, and let's see how straight we are. To straighten that some, but we're going to trim this right now. And carefully tuck this in. There we go. So now make sure we're straight to each other, which this one is a little bit wonked. As you can see, it's bent backwards somewhat, so we don't want that. So let's straighten her up. Come on, you get up here. So now we just need to put our jump rings on and our ear wire. So the bigger of our 2 little jump rings first. In our smaller. Oops, that jump ring is not set well. Much better. So let's get this little guy on here. Get our ear wire on. Close her up. And there's our second earring. That was cute. So these are our earrings using our Bargain Bead Box Midnight Skies. So there's our cute little moon phase earrings using our Bargain Bead Box Midnight Skies. That was cute. My little stars crooked. But I think those turned out really cute. I hope you like them as much as I do. I actually like them better than I thought I would because I wasn't real thrilled with this little component here. Though I do like this one. So there we go. Our Bargain Bead Box Midnight Skies Celestial Moon Phase earrings. Hope you enjoyed making these with me. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.